If you've ever tried the Celimax Retinol Shot Tightening Serum, you probably had the same question I did. How can a product with just 0.1% retinol feel stronger than some much higher strength retinols? Is it the Spicule technology? Is the tingling normal? And does more tingling actually means it's working better? To get answers, I sat down with Dr. Liia Ramachandra, a pharmacist, a founder, a skincare brand formulator, and asked all those questions I know many of us have about this formula, so let's get into it. Do you like it?
I like it, but the problem is it is very tingly. Yeah, it goes away, but in the morning when I wash it,
You still feel it.
I still feel it a bit. So it's almost like those capillaries still there. And I usually use either retinol what we make, but it's higher concentration, or I use La Roche-Posay, which is like for sensitive skin. And I always do the whole retinol sandwiching, as we talked about. And with this one, I put 2 different serums actually.
And it's a strange because it is just 0.1% retinol and it feels highly potent, and probably
Yes.
because of the Spicule technology that they have. Do you think their Spicule delivery system is adding on to the potency and maybe making it more beneficial?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, because that tingling is all like, it's almost like somebody put all this like capillaries, like little needles with like opening in your skin. That's how it feels. They use like 162,000 microspicules. So that's why I feel like it intensifies like 10x, because usually it just sits on your skin, then some of it will go into your skin, but this is like immediately goes deeper in your skin. And basically everything that you put on, like some other good cream with like not strong actives, but like nourishing actives, that also should absorb much quicker. They're still there, and that's why in the morning when I wash, I still feel it. So I think even if you put something overnight, it's just still there.
Since you work with formulations and you work with these ingredients, in my understanding, I'm thinking I take this product out, I apply it on my face. Some of these spicules are still sitting like horizontally on my skin, right? And some of them have gone vertically in.
I think yes, because it feels like everywhere. Like I said, you influenced me. I feel like because it's like 100,000 of them, what I think they did calculate for whatever percentage that will not fully go into the skin but sit like this. But I think because they're so ultra fine micro spicules, it wouldn't matter that much. And that's why I think that 0.1 feels so strong.
When we talk about barrier damage and we say if you experience a lot of tingling sensation or irritation, sometimes people confuse the irritation with the tingling sensation. So how do you differentiate in those two experiences?
Right. And I think that's a great question, because I have extremely sensitive skin, so I am scared to use anything but like my own products. But because like we were talking about this, I'm like, let me try it. I think you're right. So when you apply it, you just feel it for maybe just 30 seconds, that tingling. And in the morning when you wash it off, probably some spicules are still there, so you wash them off. But if you feel it the whole night and the next day, then it is irritation. So you may be allergic to those little spicules. So like the physical allergy, right? So it's physical little things sitting on your face, or you just can't tolerate the retinol and all the actives because they put so many proteins in there, right? It's a whole complex. So you may not be able to tolerate. So if it lasts, like I would say 30 seconds to a minute, that tingling, that's normal because those spicules need to go into your skin. But if you feel 10 minutes in or 15 minutes in or a day later still some tingling or pain, then I would stop the product for at least a week. And then maybe next time you apply, I would use that retinol sandwiching. Just put whatever serum you are not allergic for or know that works for you, and then put that cream on top.
So what happens with these spicules once they are inside probably the epidermis? They don't go any deeper, or can they?
Because it's patented technology, so I'm not sure what they say. It's like micro sponge. So you assume it will, I don't think it will go deeper than like upper layer, right? Because they're just so nanoparticles. And what I feel in the morning, you just wash them off. So I think number one, they should be inert. So they should not be doing anything bad or good. They only what they say, serve as vehicle to transport the active ingredients deeper into your skin.
Would you consider this formulation as a beginner friendly? Every time I get a question on my channel, people asking me, I'm a beginner, can I use this? I always say no, because of the kind of experience you get while using this product. It's not a very, pleasing experience while using it, while results are nice.
I 100% agree with you. I also would say, even though they say it is good for like sensitive skin or when you're a beginner, because when you see 0.1%, you think that's nothing. But like we said, it's probably like 10x of that or even more, right? Because it goes so deep into your skin. I think if you have like acne prone, rosacea prone, sensitive skin, or you've never used retinol in your life, the whole experience can really scare you. So I would really start with super gentle retinol formulations that are on the market that have, and then use the retinol sandwiching. So first put like serum or cream that you like, and then the retinol. Even though it will dilute it, you can adjust it. And I think once you feel you're good, I would start, but again, use it maybe 2 to 3 times a week with the serum under it. And then when you feel brave enough, still 2 to 3 times a week without the serum under it.
Somebody commented on the video I made on this product. She said that I'm scared to put this product on my face because I am scared that these spicules might travel into my eyes. I have used this very close to my eyes, on the eyelids, around the eyes, but I've never experienced that. But could that kind of thing happen?
I think definitely what I would suggest, and with this one, and I use around my eyes retinol for the eyes specifically, like some brands have it. Mm-hmm. I go like this. Like I put on my nose and I put here, but I don't go on my eyelids. And I don't I stop here where you usually where you usually would put eye cream, because your retina and your mucosal membranes, of course, are so sensitive that I feel if you do put on your eyelids and it goes in your tear duct, that it may enter your eye. I would be careful. I also would think maybe it's good to write to the manufacturer to see, but I almost sure that they will say don't use around the eyes, because that's a liability that they probably would not want to take. Maybe the booster is something that you can use closer because it has less spicules.
So this one says 162,000 A shot, right? The other one says 20,250 A shot. Mm-hmm. And probably that's the reason this hurts more, this tingles more than the other one.
Yes, when I looked up about the spicules, that's for this one, they also said 162,000 ultrafine micro spicules made from hydrolyzed sponge that physically create microchannels for the retinol to bypass that barrier of the dead skin on top. I mean, it's a great technology, but I think, if it's first time you're using it, it can be a little bit scary.
The next question is, does more tingling mean a retinol product is working, or any other product? If it tingles more, does it mean that it is actually working?
No, and that's a great question, because I've also, my customers ask it all the time. They're like, oh, I use that and that product and it's red and it's single, so it's working. I'm like, no, you have a reaction to it. So it's not. So I feel here we know why it tingles, right? Because of the microspicules. But usually with any other product, when it tingles, it means there is some reaction going on, and you probably should stop, wash it off, and just see what the ingredients are, and if you may be allergic to something.
In your experience, since you said that you are extremely sensitive to many ingredients, how did this work for you?
It was good, but I didn't use it alone. I use it on top of the serum. So actually 2 serums. So I used 2 different serums. One was like hyaluronic acid and one was like nourishing. And then I put it on. And the tingling is interesting, but it was gone within like 10 seconds. So I'm like, okay, this is good. This works. I have only used it now for like 2 weeks. So, and I use the other retinol on the days. So it's hard to say which one is working.
What ingredients or treatments would you avoid combining with this type of formulation?
So definitely any harsh treatments, good but harsh. So like any alpha hydroic acid, ascorbic acid, so like vitamin C in the evening. In the morning, you can do it when you wash it off. Just make sure, what I also think, that they need to say in their packaging, always wash it off in the morning, because those spicules are still there, retinol may still be there, so we need to wash it off. So in the morning, you can use all of it, but in the evening, don't use, like, of course, other retinoids or alpha hydroxy acid, especially when you have acne, or vitamin C, or any like oily formulations, because again, that probably will also, all the spicules probably will just disappear. And any like mechanical scrubbing or anything else, basically don't damage the barrier before you apply this product, because it already works and does a lot of things on the barrier. What I also must say though, that when I looked at this specific formulation, they do have a lot of different peptides that they have in there. I don't remember how many, but it seemed like 8 or 9 different peptides, right? And when I looked at those peptides, I don't have them in front of me. They're actually really, really good peptides. So I feel like, I don't know what the concentrations are because they don't say, but for the price of this product and the new technology and retinol and the peptides, that's amazing. But I would definitely look into whether they have similar formulation with retinol without spicules, and then use it around the eyes. Maybe I think that's the only thing that I would say, like, be cautious about. But other than that, I think it's really, I'm curious what else they will come up with, because with that technology, you can transfer anything you want deeper into your skin.
I hope you found this information helpful and insightful. If you do, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay beautiful.